Welcome you all to the course on VLSI design. So, this lecture is about ideal IV characteristics, which is a part of your first unit. Yeah, first we already discussed about the structure of MOS transistor. So, MOS transistor will have three terminals: gate, source, and drain. Okay. So, this is a three-dimensional view of your MOS transistor. So, the first one is this one is a gate, this is one is source, this one is your drain. Okay. So, the distance between source and drain is called as gate length or channel length. Okay. So, the width of the gate is called as W, the length of the gate is called as L. Okay. So, I think we all know the structures. So, your gate and your substrate is separated by the silicon dioxide with the permittivity of epsilon naught is equal to 8.854 into 10 to the power of minus 12 Faraday per meter. Okay. So, in this lectures we are going to derive the drain source current for various regions. Okay. So, your MOS transistor will operate in three regions named as cutoff region, linear region and saturation region. Okay. In the cutoff region, the applied gate source voltage is lesser than the threshold voltage. In the case of linear region, the applied gate source voltage is greater than the threshold voltage. At the same time, your drain source voltage is lesser than the VGS minus VT. And coming to the saturation region, there also your VGS is greater than VT, but your VDS is also greater than VGS minus VT. Okay. So, now we should know some basic parameters here. Here L represents gate length, W represents gate width, TOX represents oxide thickness, epsilon OX represents oxide permittivity. Okay. So, the permittivity of an oxide is 3.9 times of permittivity of an air. Okay. So, already I have told you. So, we are going to derive IDS for three different regions. The first one is cutoff region. In the cutoff region, the gate source voltage is lesser than the threshold voltage. Since it is lesser than threshold voltage, there will not be any channel formation between source and drain. If there is no channel formation between source and drain, there will not be any flow of electrons. Okay. Since there is no flow of electrons, the drain source current is 0 ampere. Okay. This is for the cutoff region. Okay. The next region is linear region. For linear region, the applied gate source voltage is greater than VT, that is a threshold voltage. Since it is greater than VT, there will be a channel formation between source and drain. Okay. So, now I am going to derive the drain source current. Okay. So, the electrons will flow from source to drain, the current will flow from drain to source. So, I named as IDS. Okay. Generally, we all know that the current is defined as flow of charge carriers per unit time. Okay. So, IDS is equal to charge carriers is nothing but Q divided by T suffix F. Okay. The TF stands for transit time. Okay. So, the transit time is nothing but the time taken by an electron to reach drain from the source. Okay. For example, so to cross this channel, the amount of time taken is called as TF. Now, I should derive this Q as well as TF to get the mathematical expression for IDS. Okay. First, I will start with TF. We all know that time is defined as distance divided by speed or velocity. Okay. Here, the time taken I have mentioned you, it is between source and drain. So, the distance is gate length. So, distance nothing but L. Okay. And how fast the electrons are moving from source to drain, that represents velocity V here. Okay. And we all know the relationship between velocity, mobility and electric field. So, V can be related as or written as mu into E, where mu represents mobility of an electron, E represents electric field, horizontal electric field. Okay. And we know the relationship between electric field and voltage. E can be written as VDS by L or distance. Okay. So, E is equal to VDS by L. Now, you can substitute E value in the velocity, that is equation number 4 in 3 to get velocity of an electron. So, V will become mu into VDS by L. So, E is equal to mu into VDS by L. Now I got my velocity expressions, so that you can substitute in the time. Okay, time Tf is nothing but L divided by V. Here V is nothing but mu into Vds by L. You can substitute the entire expressions here. Then finally, your transit time is equal to L square divided by mu into Vds. Now this is the expression I got for transit time. Okay. So to find IDS, I should know the value of Q also. Okay. In the next, we will discuss how to derive the Q expression. Okay. So since your gate and channel are forms the parallel plate capacitance. Okay. Your oxide will act as a dielectric medium, your gate will act as a conductor, your substrate will act as another conductor. So between two conductors there is a dielectric medium. So it is working as a parallel plate capacitor. For a parallel plate capacitor, Q is equal to C into V. Generally for any capacitor, the amount of charge is equal to capacitance into the voltage applied. So Q is equal to C into V. Since the capacitance forms between the gate and substrate, so simply I named as Cg. Okay. So Q is equal to Cg into V. Here the voltage is nothing but difference between gate channel voltage and the threshold voltage. Here the gate channel voltage is nothing but average of VGS and VDS. Okay. The average of VGS and VDS, that you can substitute in the V expression. So V will become VGS plus VGD divided by 2 minus VT. Okay. And one more, we know that VDS is nothing but drain source voltage. Now the voltage is defined as potential difference between two nodes. So with respect to the ground actually always. So here the with respect to something but gate. So VDS can be expressed as VGS minus VGD. It is similar like VAB is equal to VB minus VA. Okay. So based on that I can write VDS is equal to VGS minus VGD. Now from this expression you can find the value of VGD. So VGD is equal to VGS minus VDS, that I can substitute here. Okay. Now your voltage expression will be updated as VGS plus VGS minus VDS whole divided by 2 minus VT. If you deduce these expressions, finally I am getting VGS minus VT minus VDS by 2. Okay. You can name it as equation number 8. So to complete equation number 7, I need one more expression, that is called as CG, that is a parallel plate gate capacitance, that I have to derive. And we all know that the parallel plate capacitance will be defined as C is equal to epsilon into A divided by D. This is a parallel plate capacitance formula, where epsilon is nothing but oxide permittivity. Okay. Where epsilon is nothing but oxide permittivity. So since your oxide layer is act as a dielectric medium, where epsilon OX is nothing but 3.9 times of epsilon naught. Okay. So where A is nothing but area of the gate. Area of the gate is nothing but length into width divided by distance between the two plates. Okay. From the figure we understood that distance between the two plate is nothing but, just look at this. So distance between the two plate is nothing but oxide thickness. Okay. So distance between two plate is nothing but oxide thickness. So you can write D is equal to TOX. Okay. So CG is equal to epsilon OX into WL divided by TOX. Okay. Now this epsilon OX by TOX can be expressed as COX, that is oxide capacitance per unit length. Okay. So COX into WL. Now I got the value of CG as well as the voltage applied on the plates. Okay. So that I can take, that is I will take equation number 8 and equation number 9, and then I will substitute in the equation number 7, that is Q is equal to CG into V. Okay. So the value of CG is nothing but COX into WL, the value of V is nothing but VGS minus VT minus VDS by 2. Okay. Now I got final expression for Q also. and initially we derived the expression for Tf, now I derived the expression for Q. Now I have both the expressions. Now it is easier for us to find the value of or find the expression of IDS. Okay. So, IDS is equal to Q by Tf, just you can substitute the value of our 10th equation divided by 6th equation. Okay. So, IDS is equal to Q by Tf. Here there is a common term L, so L will get cancels. Finally, IDS is updated as COX into W by L into mu VDS into VGS minus VT minus VDS by 2, where COX represents oxide capacitance, W represents width of the gate, L represents length of the gate or channel length, mu represents mobility of an electron, VDS represents drain source voltage, VGS gate source voltage, VT threshold voltage. Okay, so this is the final expression for the drain source current of MOS transistor in a linear region. Okay, so here since COX, W by L, mu, everything is a constant. Okay, that I can take it as a beta. Beta is a gain factor. Beta is a gain factor. COX is nothing but epsilon OX by TOX. So epsilon OX is also constant. TOX is also constant. And W is also constant, L is also constant, mu is also constant. So simply I combine together as a beta. Okay. Finally, your IDS will be rewritten as IDS is equal to beta into VDS, VGS minus VT minus VDS by 2. Okay. If you want, even you can multiply VDS inside the bracket, then you can write the IDS expression. Okay. So from this equation number 11, I understood that the drain source current of MOS transistor in a linear region is directly proportional to the applied drain source voltage. Okay. So IDS is directly proportional to VDS. Then the third region of MOS transistor is saturation region. In saturation region, and we know that VGS is greater than VT as well as VDS is also greater than VGS minus VT, greater than or equal to. Okay. So, I have taken VDS is equal to VGS minus VT. So, then if you substitute this VDS is equal to VGS minus VT in the equation number 11, your IDS will become beta by 2 into VGS minus VT the whole square. Now, from this expression, just look at this expression, IDS is equal to beta by 2 into VGS minus VT the whole square. Now, this IDS independent function of VDS. Now, this IDS is independent function of VDS. Finally, I can conclude that in the cutoff region the current is 0, in the linear region current is linearly varying with VDS, in the saturation region the current is independent function of VDS. Then finally, I can consolidate these expressions for the NMOS as well as for the PMOS. So, IDS n is equal to, that suffix n represents NMOS transistor. IDS n is equal to 0 for the cutoff region and beta n into VGSN minus VTN into VDSN minus VDSN square by 2 for the linear region. For linear region, the condition is VGSN should be greater than VTN as well as VDSN lesser than VGSN minus VTN. Okay. Similarly, for saturation also. Okay. So, here VGS minus VT represents VD saturation. Okay. So, this is the expression for NMOS and this is the expression for PMOS. Okay. NMOS and PMOS current magnitude wise both are same, but the polarity may differ. Okay. For NMOS producing positive current and PMOS producing negative current, that negative represents polarity changes. So, okay. So, the magnitude of IDS n is equal to magnitude of IDSP. Okay. So, IDSN and IDSP are same, only the polarity may differ, the magnitude wise both are same. Okay. So, finally, we should explain with respect to the characteristics diagram. So, your x axis represents VDS, your y axis represents IDS. The first one is for NMOS transistor. So, this is for NMOS transistor and this is the second diagram for the PMOS transistor. Okay. So, NMOS transistor current is positive. Okay. So, the graph drawn in the first quadrant. For PMOS the current is negative. So, which is drawn in the third quadrant. Okay. So, here I am keeping VGS as a constant. Okay. So, by varying VDS I am calculating the IDS values. Okay. So, by keeping VGS is equal to 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, 1 and so on. So, you keep on varying VDS and find the IDS values. Okay. So, this is cutoff region, this is a linear region and this is saturation region. Just look at this. So, in the IDS is equal to 0 for cutoff. In the case of linear region, your IDS is linearly varying with VDS. Once after certain voltage of VDS, it becomes saturated, or your IDS will not respond for the VDS. Okay. And similarly for PMOS also. Yeah, thank you. If you have any queries, you can mail to me at arunkumar@savita.ac.in.